Hi Positive Readers, it's Positive Writer today with another video, and today we're going to be talking about something that has happened many times in the book community and has happened recently, and basically we're going to be talking about cancel culture in the book community. And basically, cancel culture is when something happens, like somebody gets called out for something, like basically, and they're just canceled. Like somebody does something bad, usually, obviously it's bad, usually if you're getting canceled for it. But anyway, it's basically something that a lot of people don't agree with, and then they get canceled for it. Cancel basically means that they're not really shunned, but like, basically no one likes them anymore. Everybody is like pushed away from them. They don't want anything to do with them or whatever. It's kind of like a shun, but not really, because it's like online usually, but you know, whatever. And basically I'm just going to be talking about how the book community needs to do better with this, because canceling is not always the best thing, and like cancel culture, especially in the book community, it's just, it really isn't okay, because a lot of times you could, instead of doing that, you could educate someone instead of just attacking them and all that. So there are four actually topics that I'm going to be covering today a little bit, and you know, I'm just going to spend some time on all of them because they're all about something that got canceled for one reason or another, and I'm just going to explain how the book community could have handled this in a better way. So the first thing is Carve the Mark. Carve the Mark, if you did not know, is my favorite duology. It's one of my favorite books ever. The second book was my favorite book of last year, and I really love the characters. The world is beautiful. The themes of the book are beautiful. Everything about it is amazing. The characters are very unique. It's just a really interesting book. But the thing about Carve the Mark and Veronica Roth is that when it came out, a lot of people on Booktube were like very angry, and a lot of people did not like it and basically called her out and the book out for being racist and for not having trigger warnings because of something in it that could have triggered a lot of people. And I understand that people will get offended, of course, and like, yeah, you get offended and you get mad or whatever and you want to talk about it, but instead there's a way that you can talk about it that is like, oh, canceled, they're canceled. Instead of doing that, somebody could have contacted the author, or at least, instead of treating it like, oh my god, this author is so racist for this, instead of doing that, maybe try to understand it better by like talking to her, like maybe tweeting her or Instagramming her or anything, just trying to understand what was going on with that, instead of immediately jumping to the conclusion that, oh my god, she is racist or whatever. And basically I'm pretty sure it was the fact that the main character is black, and the people that are in her place or whatever, I guess everybody was under the impression that the bad people or whatever that the main character, who is black, is a part of, are all supposed to be the more brutal, ruthless people or whatever. And then the other main character, there are two, is white, and the people who he is a part of are supposed to be these nicer people. And I guess people thought that because the main character was black and the other one was white, those two meant that the bad one was the black people and the white one was the better people. And I've read these books twice, and I know that is not the case at all, and I feel like people probably just misguided. They probably just misread, like they probably saw it and thought something that was not there. And I mean, it's messed up because now I know people who will not read the book, who didn't read the book and rated bad on Goodreads just because of what they think was in it, and it's just, that's not okay. First off, you can't call something out for something that you can't call someone out for something that you don't know yourself. Like, you can't be talking about something that you don't even know is like the facts. Like, if you didn't read it yourself and look through and be like, okay, this is what happened, you know, you can't really say anything. And even if you do, if you don't fully understand what it is, don't be so quick to call it out and just attack someone, because that can really mess something up. And I know that it's my favorite book ever, and it really just, it doesn't get a lot of love, like, at all. No one talks about it. It's just really underrated now because of how many people canceled it when it came out. So just, instead of that, we should just do better at educating people and all that type of stuff, you know. And the author did come out with a statement explaining why, yes, trigger warnings should have been added because of a theme in the book, and also that the racism does not exist, because regardless of the colors of the main characters, the story is completely not even that, and the people who are bad, they're white people, and they're literally, the villain is white, and he comes from the people who the black main characters from. It's just like, people like saw it for face value and were like, that is bad, instead of actually looking at the details. The next one is the Blood Heir author, and this is what the recent cancel culture was about. And basically this author, I think she was called out, I was watching Francina Simone's video. Thank you so much for making that, by the way. This is what sprouted me to make this, because I've wanted to talk about this for a while, and it's the perfect opportunity. But she made this video, and I heard about what she said what happened. So basically was this author, she was screenshotting bloggers or whatever that were writing negative reviews for her books, and somebody called her out for it, and somebody released her name, and she was getting attacked like, oh, don't do that. And that's a problem, because honestly, do whatever you want. Okay, look, I don't understand why she was getting attacked for that, because people literally can do whatever they want. It wasn't like she was attacking people for negative reviewing her books. I'd probably go and screenshot reviews of my books, negative or positive, because first off, criticism, you know, it's not like she was doing it to attack them or anything, as far as I'm concerned. So like, that's not okay for them to act like that's a big thing. But then not only that, it was the book that she was writing or whatever that's supposed to be published was about Asian slavery, because she's a Chinese immigrant, and a lot of people, especially Francina Simone, was upset because of the treatment that she received, because people were calling her out for being racist and stuff, about how she was erasing the black slavery in America, because she wrote this in America. She was erasing black people's slavery by talking about her own, and I don't even know how that's possible, because literally she's talking about a whole different continent and she's just doing it here. So I don't know, it's just like this person got canceled. She literally canceled her book release, so she's not even going to publish it anymore, and that's just really over the top. Like, some people obviously they need to learn how to deal with criticism or whatever, but this is like a case where she really got attacked for this, and it's kind of just unnecessary. Like, really, like, you really have to call her out for all this. Like, she's literally just trying to shine the light on what she knows is going on with her people, and just because it's in America doesn't mean that she's invalidated or she should not be able to do that. That's not okay. Not happy about it. And she should have been, she said, Francina Simone said that call-in culture should be a thing, where someone privately messages the author or doesn't make a big scene about it, and then like just tells her, maybe don't do this, maybe think twice about telling people about this or anything like that, so that she doesn't do something that obviously a lot of people are going to be mad about and call her out for. So that should happen now. And like, education instead of just calling people out, because a lot of times people can learn something. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but a lot of times you can just teach someone something instead of just canceling them, which will not be good for you or them. It's just not it. The third thing is The Black Witch, this YA book that came out, I think in 2017 or 18. It was 2017, I think. It was like a really big thing, and basically it was like the most hated YA book of the time or whatever. And basically I think it was the book didn't have any POC. I looked it up and all this stuff, because it was a whole articles on it. It was kind of old, so some of this stuff might not be accurate, I'm sorry. But basically it was about, I think they said it didn't have any POC. The white main characters were all like very, I guess, like closed-minded or whatever. I don't believe that it was actually openly racist. I did not read the book, but based on the reviews and the blurb and the articles, basically people were mad because the book didn't have any POC in there or whatever. It wasn't diverse at all, and the characters were really just like white, I guess. They were just like mad about that, and that's also not okay. People can literally write whatever they want, and it's really fat. Another thing that was annoying about The Blood Heir, people were attacking her because she was using tropes that are used in YA everywhere, like a POC dying in terms of the plot, like, or just for the plot or the main character, and they were attacking her for this. And like, okay, you can be mad about that. That's completely valid for you to be mad about that. But the thing is that it happens so much in other books. Like, it's happened in some of my favorite books, and I mean, yeah, I'm probably not going to call her out for it, because a lot of people have already said it, and it didn't really bother me that much. But I can see why somebody can be offended by that, and it's not fair for this author, who is a person of color herself, to be attacked for doing this. That literally a lot of white authors have done. It's not okay. And The Black Witch basically was being attacked for her characters not having any diverse people in it, which, yes, you can just not read it and be mad about that or whatever, but a book is not only as good as its diversity, not in my views at least. I will still read and enjoy very much a book that just doesn't have POC in it because of the content of it, and I feel like a lot of people don't do that. They're like, if it doesn't have diversity, you can keep it, but like, that really is not okay, because people can write whatever characters they want, and you should not be attacked or less than because you decided not to put somebody in a book. Obviously, it's better if you do, because we exist, and like, it's not okay to act like we don't, but still, that's not okay. The last thing is those people who pop up every now and then on Booktube or Book Twitter that basically just attack people or say something racist or something like that, like the girl who was talking about how POC are entitled or something like that. And basically my whole views with that is a bunch of people were attacking her, making videos or whatever, and you know, that's fine, okay, but like, I feel like some people really just are ignorant, and like, instead of attacking them and calling them out and all this stuff, you should try and explain and educate them, because a lot of times people really just come from a place of anger or whatever, or an ignorance. So instead of just calling them out and be like, you're horrible for this, I hate you, or whatever, just try and explain why they're wrong and try and get them to see the other side of it and their error in their ways. And of course, if they don't want to see the error and they just continue, then that's their fault. But you have to try. You can't just be like, well, they did something bad, they're canceled for life. Because I've had instances myself, not on Booktuber or anything, but like when I've said something that was just ignorant and like people would just attack me for it, and I had to wait years to actually learn what I had done wrong. And it was just because people didn't, instead of talking to me and explaining and educating me, they instead just yelled at me and were like, shut up, you're a horrible person for this. So those are my thoughts on cancellation in the booktube community. We just need to explain and educate people more, and call in for sure. Like if something happens with an author or anything like that, call in so that they know what they're doing wrong or whatever, and that they at least have a heads up that this could potentially be wrong and bad for them. So I feel like that's what we need to do as a community. And I hope you enjoyed this. I like doing discussion videos, and I thought this would be a perfect time. So thank you again to Francina Simone for that video that she made on it, on the blood heir controversy, which you can go watch. I hopefully remember to put it in the description, because she talked about it in depth and it was a very good video, and I appreciate her for it. So I love you all. I'll see you later with another video. What are your thoughts on this? Bye.